Fellas, we are live. What is going on? Good to see my brothers again amongst the coronavirus. We're going to keep this real introduction real short and get right into it because we got some hot topics tonight. And I know the people got some stuff to say about what we got to talk about tonight. So with that being said, my name is Brandon Ward, and tonight I'm drinking on Uncle Nearest, 1856.
Respect. This T.
Much respect.
I'm on this trash hen, bro. I'm not responsible for what I say.
No hen slander, bro.
No definitely. This your boy Crowley representing the Jack, and definitely got to represent for that Uncle Nearest. You know what I'm saying? Definitely.
Okay. So my name's E. I don't do no capping like some people. I'm drinking water right now. Don't judge me.
This CJB here. I got Uncle Nearest, 1856.
Man, y'all Uncle Nearest tonight, man.
Right.
Hey, gotta represent, man.
Gotta represent.
What's going on, y'all? It's Jay Ward. I'm coming to you from Shreveport. I'm sipping on a little house tequila tonight out of the Captain America cup. You see it.
Trash. America trash right now, and you trash for drinking out of a trash cup. But anyway, we about to jump right into it because there's been some heat on social media. The conversations have been happening, and we're gonna drop right into it. So one of the big topics that has been taking place is past this Insecure last episode about how Lawrence came up and how Issa didn't get to reap the benefits of this man coming up. He was sleeping on the couch. He was working at Best Buy. He was trash. He ain't really had no job. And then he came up, but somebody else is reaping the benefits of him having this technology job, so on and so forth. And people say, I've seen this all the time. My ex was with me. He wasn't doing nothing. He was trash. And then he left me and got on his shit. Now somebody else reaping the benefits of what I should have. I think it was another movie too, Acrimony, where that man came up at the end and she tried to kill him on the boat and all this other mess. But guys, I want to ask you this question. Have you ever been in a position to where you was the man where your woman didn't stay for you when you came up, and now somebody else reaping the benefits? Or did you have a woman who was trash while y'all was together, and now she on her stuff, and somebody else reaping the benefits of her being on top? Has anyone ever experienced that? Like, talk to me. Why y'all quiet?
I'm saying, what's up?
I thought we can. I'll jump right in it.
No capping.
I'll jump right in it. First off, I don't keep contact with my exes, so I feel like you keep in contact with what your ex is doing. You kind of got some weird shit going on. But anyway, I feel like people kind of you chose to be with somebody during that time where they wasn't hot. You made a decision to be with that person. So when y'all break up and they step their game up, he stepped his game up. He decided to step his game up, or she decided to step her game up. It ain't had nothing to do with you. Man, you feel like what that man or woman was doing and what they were currently bringing to the table wasn't acceptable for you. You should have just got your shit and left. You could have easily walked out the door whenever you felt like it. So you chose to stay there. So it's like you looking back in the past, you can't move on to the forward because you worried about what your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend doing. So I just think that you can't be mad at somebody for wanting to progress their life. They just didn't do that with you. It wasn't that you didn't contribute to it. They probably just wasn't ready or still figuring themselves out or anything. So I just feel like it's wild that people feel like, for one, they looking back in their past, and it's wild people feel like, I upgraded him and she reaping the benefits. That's bullshit. Like, you chose to stay there. You could have left. It's Lawrence probably didn't have. Well, Lawrence was working. He was getting an employment check. Shit, Issa ass couldn't even keep the fucking apartment after he moved out. So who was paying the bill? I mean, shit. Am I lying?
That's factual. That's factual.
Good point.
All right.
I mean, my bad. And as far as one more point, as far as Acrimony is, like, I was forced to watch that movie, but I didn't want to watch this shit. But dude gave her $10 million fucking dollars, right? Like he basically recouped all her financial losses, and she mad that the man, and he didn't want to get a divorce, and she mad at the man because he moved on. That's her fucking fault. She should have left.
Well, maybe
That's all I have to say about that.
stuck with him through that long period of time. Like that was years she was invested in that man, but she didn't get the
But she made the decision to stay with him while he was working through his product. She could have left at any given time. Would have said, "This nigga, this ain't for me." She could have left.
E, what you got to say? I see you been trying to get in for.
Okay, I can't say I've been in that situation to whereas, you know what I'm saying, how can I put this? I can say for me, you know what I'm saying, I'm not the same person I was like 7 years ago, right?
I would hope not.
My mentality is like different in comparison to that. So in a sense, I can say I've leveled up. As far as like my exes, I have no beef with them, like, you know what I'm saying, nothing like that. But as far as like them being entitled to what I do now, no. That's the point of you being an ex. Like, you're no longer in the picture. So like that means you don't get the same benefits that whoever I'm dating now should get. You know what I'm saying? You don't get entitled to that because it's just like you take something back to the store, right? You get your money back and it's no longer your product. The same thing should apply to the relationship, right? Or therefore whatever y'all situationship, whatever, right? There's no such thing. I don't believe in the term building somebody, right? I think I think the concept is kind of bullshit. Now, can you invest your time, your patience, and your money in something? Yes, you can. I completely agree with that. But what you need to understand is there are risks with every investment, right? And you can't blame other people for what you chose to do with your time, your money, and efforts. There's nobody's fault but your own. What I feel like a lot of women do is they want a pity party and they want somebody to be like, oh yeah, you know, he did you so dirty, he did yada yada yada. He might have did that. But where was your antennas when all the red flags was going off? Because the thing about it is most times women be like, oh yeah, he could change, he could do this. The signs are already right there for men and women to whereas no red flags come up, but you ignore them. People gonna show you who they are through their actions, regardless. I don't care what nobody say. You can say
tell
you
them
this
why
type
they
of person,
ignore them.
huh?
Say why they ignore. Why you think they ignore those red flags? Let's
They ignore
put it out in the open.
They ignore those red
Another
flags for like
topic.
entitlement, security, all types of details because they're like, oh yeah, well, you know, since he's supposed to be an engineer or a lawyer, that means it's a payday. I'm finna get taken care of. But then at the end of the day, you might find out he might not only want to be a lawyer. He might want to be a fucking musician or something like that.
But let me interject real fast.
Go ahead.
All right.
Oh, go ahead.
So we saying reaping the benefits of the ex come up. With that being said, everybody grow within a relationship, even after they leave. So you take a part of something from that relationship. You learn something about yourself, whether negative or positive. That's why you're able to level up or go into, you know what I'm saying, a decreased level, whatever you want to call it. But you do gain something or, you know, learn something from that relationship. So the reason why people think they should reap, because some people say, hey, I stuck with this person doing this time, doing this. I've seen them grow. I watched them grow and they learned this from me, or I was there for them during this time. So that's why they feel entitled of that reaping. Now, am I saying it's okay? Am I saying it's okay for them to feel that entitlement? Just depending on how much of an investment they made, because like you said, if you invest in something, you do expect a return. I don't care what the hell you invest in, you do respect a return. You know, whether it's that person speaking to you, or because think about it, if you stuck by a young lady's side while she went through nursing school and it's like that, and then she ignore you and don't speak to your ass at all, you gonna feel some goddamn way. You're gonna be like, hold on, I stayed up with you them nights when you was studying. I called out the questions to you and things like that, and you can't even speak. That much. That's rude. You feel me?
That's my decision. That's my decision that I have to live with at the end of the day, bro. Like I can feel crunchy, I can feel shitty about her not speaking to me, but at the end of the day, me, I have a detachment disorder. So like if I'm done with something, it's over with, bro. Like,
Oh no, that's cool.
it is
That's
what it is.
no, that's cool. I'm just saying that's what some people may feel.
So let me ask y'all this.
Where
thing.
does accountability come into play?
Hold on, let me ask y'all this question. Kroger gave a good point. You stuck with this person all through nursing school or law school or whatever type of school, asking them questions, so on and so forth. Then they graduate, don't even look your way. Do they feel like you beneath them now? Like they elevated to a different stage or different status of men that they should be dating and you beneath that? Like, what? How do y'all feel about that?
See, that's the thing. It's like you expect things from people, you know what I'm saying, when you put in that effort with these people. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you stay down. It's just like with my partners. If I stay down with you doing this, I expect you to ride with me when it's time to ride. And that's the same way people look at relationships. But my thing is, you shouldn't put nothing past nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you might handle situations a certain type of way, don't mean that they gonna handle the situation.
Manage your expectations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But what I will say is, experience is the best teacher. Life is the best teacher. I don't supposed to be the same person with this next person that I am with you, because I've learned more, I live longer, I've changed my thoughts, you know what I'm saying? I've matured.
Yeah.
So you can't expect me to be that same person. So if she's around when I'm up,
But
that's just because I'm working on me. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got nothing to do with the relationship.
That's gonna hit you with that line. That's when they're gonna hit you with that line with all that me right there. I got him like that right there. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't doing that before me.
All right, so
Man, listen.
I was going to transition to Jay Ward because I see him over there taking notes and he quiet. So
Get in.
he got some heat coming. Before I go to Jay Ward, I know he's gonna want to wrap it up.
All right, Jay.
Learn to cut your losses and move on. Like that woman who you helped put through nursing school doesn't owe you shit. You chose to help her. 1, 2, your first mistake was putting all that effort to help her and not doing the same for yourself.
Thanks.
And finally, learn to take your loss on the chin, cut it, and move on. If you still holding on to a past attachment, you will never be able to move on to something in the future.
Or it sound like you talking from experience.
Yes, men bent too, motherfucker. Brothers bent too, motherfucker.
That's what they don't understand.
Yes.
This is us bending.
Jay Ward,
Yeah, that's what women become toxic.
Hold on, Jay Ward, what you get?
So I got a couple things I want to speak to. Like Corey was saying about where you had the choice to leave or not. But what about? And I'm not speaking from, a man's perspective. I'm just speaking in general. What if you see potential in that person? Shouldn't you invest in the person that you are with because you see the potential in that person? I know,
That real.
I can speak for myself. I know I went through an ain't shit phase. So, it's probably a whole bunch of folks that saw me in my ain't shit phase and saw what I would become. And they wanted that. So, men always talk about having a woman that's going to, be a ride or die. So they riding with you while you trying to figure that shit out. So we want that, but then we don't really reward those people for that. So I think that, that kind of plays into it. Think about this. If you're an athlete and you're in college, when you're an athlete in college, you do not get paid. So your girl holding you down, making sure you good, rubbing your ankles at night when you hurting and things like that, then you get drafted and you forget about it. I mean, come on, man. Shouldn't she reap some benefits from that? And then the last point I'm gonna make, I've heard this from, and Crow can speak to this because I've heard this, especially, me being from, from the country myself. Hey, young blood, go and get you a woman that you can train up to be the wife that you want. So a lot of times we're looking for women that we can groom and train up to be something. But then when they're doing the same thing for us, we expect them to just be okay, that we say, you know what, I'm good, I'm gonna holler at you, So I think that's I'm not gonna say it's scumbaggers of you to do, but I can see why a person would be jilted or, at least somewhat hurt by you, them warming up the pot like a lottery machine. They warmed it up and then the next person gonna put $1 in and I done put $30 in the machine and then you hit the jackpot. So I can see a person being upset about that.
That comes down to the definition of the word invest. That means you understand the risk you're taking as well as you see the potential in it if it turns out in your favor. You can't get mad if you draw the short end of the stick. You need to take accountability on yourself to realize, hey, I played this card. I knew what I was getting into. This is the end result. Boom, take it, move on.
All right, so I guess we can draw 2 points from this. One, you invest in either it works out or it don't. If it don't work out, cut your losses and move on. Or you can try your best to stick with this person and slide that one last dollar in the machine and hope that everything works out and they continue to stay with you. And that's pretty much what it really boils down to. T, what you about to say?
How about y'all just keep y'all relationship intact and don't break up, bro? You know what I'm saying? And then everybody win. We come up together.
That's true too. But then
That's valid.
The next person go.
That's valid.
If your woman ain't shit and you still standing around there, you're gonna be miserable as hell.
Well, I guess it really comes down to
And vice versa. If that nigga
Yeah,
ain't
that's vice versa though. That's vice versa.
like I
Like
said,
a lottery machine.
comes
They
down to
open it up and then the next person gonna put.
who talking? Oh, well, I guess it really comes down to pleasing your woman. Adrian Miles said, I guess that D, I'm guessing you're talking about why women stick around because you laying that pipe. Women can't go nowhere. T, you said Lawrence wasn't a bum.
He was, man.
But like we said, it really comes down to is making sure you got the right partner, you pleasing your partner, your partner pleasing you. And with that being said, what does pleasing even look like? How do you please your partner? And do you please everybody that you come into contact with?
Can you go into depth? What do you mean by please, sir?
I'm about to get into it.
Oh, okay.
So when I say pleasing, I mean in this topic, sexually, foreplay. Do you please everybody the same way? Do you approach how you do foreplay with everybody that you can come into contact with? And before I go into this topic, I know
you define foreplay.
Switch out. T, what do you have to say about foreplay? And E, I think you were you too. What do y'all two have to say about foreplay? Do you give foreplay? Well, T, you basically married now. But back in your days, did you approach foreplay every single time with the same person or different people?
No, I mean, you know, foreplay. Well, now it depends, bro. But foreplay is important. You know what I'm saying? It definitely is important. But that's more so because you don't want to get a bad report card. You see what I'm saying? But
Big report.
you don't want to get bad reports, bro. So the foreplay is important. But you know what? I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and expound on that, man. Cause relationship bros, we out.
Right. Oh, right.
E,
Only
what
thing
you
I
got?
gotta say, bro, is you gotta think about it like in the kitchen, bro. Like you cooking Sunday dinner. What's the first thing you always get told? To preheat that motherfucking oven before you put anything in there.
And wash your damn hands.
All right, that's all you got to take you out to. We're gonna bring in Rob and Mike. What's going on? Brief, short introduction.
What's good? Mike Gates, Memphis, Tennessee, by way of Jewtown, Jew State, baby. Ready?
Jew State.
Wait a minute.
It's Rob Wallace, military bros from Bolton, Mississippi, here in Tampa, holding it down, ready to rock it out. Let's get it.
Got you. So what E said before he left, preheat that motherfucking oven before you leave, right?
Better wash your hands.
I was watching an Instagram stream. I forget how I saw it, this sex expert, and she was saying that for foreplay, it takes women at least 18 minutes to warm up in foreplay before you're supposed to get into it. So men, I want to ask y'all, do you approach foreplay or back in your day when you wasn't married or wasn't serious dating, did you approach foreplay the same way with every woman? And is foreplay important to you? Because men, we need to be pleased too, right? So what y'all think? I'm gonna start off with you, Mike. It's your first time in here.
Appreciate you for having me on. The way I see foreplay, first of all, it's important to me, and I mean that in a receiving and a giving sense. I definitely agree that I don't just approach every situation the exact same. Like, so you're not gonna get the same level of foreplay depending on where we're at in our relationship. So if it's a brand new relationship, I think I heard somebody mention like, yeah, you don't want no BDRs floating out around there. So, I'm gonna give you just enough to make sure you come back, but I ain't gonna give you too much where I can't get rid of you either. So there's a balance there, but I think it's very important that we do show that level of affection to our women, especially like if you're in a committed relationship and you're dealing with somebody that you see a future with, then I think it's very important to show her, you know, that you can take your time, and everything don't have to be a rush, and it ain't always got to be a selfish sense where you just worried about getting yours. I personally love to please my woman. You know, I take my time. I'm the candle lighting bros, the music in the background bros, the Johnny Gill playing, you know, I'm all of that. Now I don't bring all the extra stuff, like it ain't like you bringing ice and whipped cream and all that stuff. But I definitely like to set a mood. I like to make sure she's comfortable, you know, as much as possible before we get it in, because like I said, I think it's important. And like he was saying before he jumped off, man, that's about preheating that oven. You know, you get that thing be marinating, baby. So I like it for it to marinate before I, you feel me?
Okay, I got you. Rob, talk to me.
All right, so I don't know nothing about no 18 minutes, man. That sounds like a 67 Chevy in the cold, man. That's wild, man. But foreplay also consists of what happens before you get into the bedroom. So to cut down that time, you know, you start the foreplay out in the mental, you know, before you even touch the bedroom. Foreplay is important, but I try to stress to the guys that they need to be more vocal about what they want from their lady, because a lot of women are used to the man pleasing them. A lot of women are used to the man catering to them, while the men kind of get left hanging, and that causes a disparity. You know, I know for me, I like what I like, and so I'm vocal about, you know, what I like. And so I think a lot of men need to be more vocal as far as what they like and what they want from their lady, because the women are going to be vocal. We already know that. And so I think we need to be more vocal as far as what we want from our ladies, so it's reciprocal and not one sided.
Good point. Good point.
Preach, Rob. Preach, my brother.
So Crowley, are you vocal? Do you tell your woman what you want? Or do you just handle they try to handle them up and warm up that oven and get it going like that Chevy in the snow?
I'm definitely like Rob. I'm very vocal even beforehand. So I'm calling, I'm texting when I'm seeing you. You know what I'm saying? I'm whispering or telling you what I see or what I like. I'm letting you know you're beautiful. I'm letting you know that dress you got on, them pants fitting you right. You know, but it's levels to it too at the same time. And everybody don't get that same treatment too, because it's about connection. With us, it's physical. With women, it's emotional. So if you're not on that emotional connection with them, their foreplay level is definitely not gonna be where it needs to be. But as Rob stated, if you're working, if you're putting in that work beforehand because you really feeling her, you really, you know what I'm saying, wanting her, trust me, that once you finally get to that, hitting that knob to turn it on, homie, it ain't long to get that oven to 350, player. So it ain't no 18 minutes. You get what I'm saying?
So how do you decide? I said, how do you decide who get that foreplay, that attention, that, you know, I paid attention to what you're wearing, so on and so forth. How do you decide who get the foreplay to that level and who don't?
It's the value you see in that woman. You know what I'm saying? It's beforehand what we talked about, those investments that you see. You know, that's where that come from. You know, hey, you've had the one night stands in your life. So that wasn't a true investment per se. You didn't have foreplay with that one night stand per se. Let's be real. It went how it went, and it was gone.
Right.
You know. But those that you truly saw something in, you put in that time. You made that phone call. You made those texts. You made that effort because you was like, hey, it's worth it. By the time I do get to the physical, she gonna understand because she heard it, she saw the actions, and now she finna really see the actions. Cause shit, I'm finna go in from my hands to my mouth to, you know, I'm sucking toes, and you know, I'm I love foreplay. You know what I'm saying? Let's go pull shit out the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's me.
Let's go to these comments real quick. Yolanda Jackson said, marinate. The oven warming takes place all day.
Yeah.
Devin said, tell her she like it and she gonna take it. Okay. Okay. I don't know. Corey, you pretty much married now, so I'm gonna tread lightly. What is foreplay look like to you? Like, and do you tell your woman, or do you tell your woman, hey, this is what I like, so this need to be involved in it too?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick back up on what Rob said. I believe you have to be extra vocal on what you want. You grown, speak up. Now, and that picture is snowing outside, right? And the woman is that 67 Chevy. You gotta let that Chevy heat up for about 15 minutes before you pull off. So
you gotta hit the accelerator. You gotta hit that gas too before you get up.
You gotta let it heat up before you hit the gas, though. You know what I'm saying?
You know you gotta pat that gas in and turn that ignition.
Yeah, you do, but it ain't gonna crank up until you pat it a couple of more times. Then for the state.
So Shamaya Marie said, Shamilia, I was tearing that name up. How many men are really vocal though? So how are you vocal? Like, how do you let it be known?
Okay. Like, all right, for the men, like it's a lot of men who don't know how to express themselves. You know, we talked about this some subjects like episodes ago, as far as emotion and men shutting down due to you know, back then people telling us to suck it up, you know, things of that nature. So for one, we don't know how to process telling our wives or our main, because we're scared of the reaction that they might give us, or they might judge us for wanting what we want, or our pride might get in the way, or our ego might get in the way during that time too at the same time. So it's just learning how to, I guess, being a man, manning up. You know what, you go around like we doing now. If we weren't on this show, we would be in a circle and we'll have this talk, but we're allowing the public to see, so we're manning up in a way. So just man up and tell your woman what the hell you feeling and what the hell you want, and I promise you it will get you far. And if she shuts down and don't hear it, maybe she's not the one for you, or maybe, you know, y'all need to work on some things, you know, go to counseling or something. But outside of that, you know, y'all got to work through it. And if y'all don't, then y'all got to let it go.
Shamilia, I apologize about that. I got it right at the end. Jay Ward, talk to me. So I know you've been writing down stuff. I know I see the look on your face. You're ready to talk. What does foreplay look like to you, and do you vocalize to your person what you like?
Yeah, absolutely. But I agree with what everybody else is saying, and I just want to add a couple things. That for one, I think what we ultimately want, men and women, is intimacy. And so, like you said about, you know, the all-day text and all that type of stuff, that's a part of just creating an atmosphere of intimacy. And I think we all want that. But here's where I think it kind of, you know, gets misconstrued. You know, just like everybody said, you know, I'm sending text to my woman, I'm saying this, I'm saying that. But what is the woman doing? And, you know, it's like, is she sending anything back to you? So it's like everybody's comparing the woman to the 67 Chevy that needs to be warmed up. Right. But damn, what if I'm a 72 Caprice and I need to be warmed up? You see what I'm saying? So it's like women just expect, not all women, but some women just expect men to be able to turn it on. Like, hey, I feel like giving you some pussy today, so you should be ready whenever I say that you get ready. Because let's be honest, women really hold the power when it comes to sex. So if they don't want to do it, then it's not going to be done. Or they want to halfway do it. So, you know, if the woman really controls all of that, but it's like, you know, we at the point of foreplay, I think a lot of women feel like, well, he ain't even try to turn me on, but did you try to turn that person on too? So I think it should be a two-way street where both parties are putting forth effort to pleasing the other one and getting the other one in the mood. Because, you know, I think a person, especially with a man, a lot of male feelings are involuntary. Like usually with a penis, if a woman is rubbing on it, it's going to get hard. But that doesn't mean I'm fully erect and fully to the point where I can perform at my highest potential. So, you know, I think women should, you know, be equal in the foreplay, and it should be You know, sometimes I want a hey, good morning, handsome text. I always got to send, you know, the good morning, beautiful text and all that. And you know, so, you know, I think men lose their value when, you know, I might give him some today. And, you know, you should be thankful for that. But no, and I once heard one of my good friends say this. He said, and this is going to be kind of vulgar, but he said, my dick is just as important as your pussy. And I think a lot of times women don't really feel that way because they have people coming after them that aren't, you know, you have some random dude who, you know, he can't do any better. But, you know, when you have men who can do better, you know, they want to be, they want to feel like they are appreciated as well.
So
when they get it out,
read in the comments, basically, is communication is key. Communicate to your partner what you like and don't like, and expect that communication be in return. Because like Kevin Lawrence said, you can't read somebody's mind. You don't know what they like, what they don't like, and they don't know what you like and what you don't like unless you tell them. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair point, right? So talk to me, Mike G and Rob. What y'all got to say about that topic? I'm about to make some switches.
We stopped. We still on the foreplay?
Yeah.
I think everybody pretty much touched on some of the thoughts that I had that I didn't get a chance to say earlier. Definitely, like Jay Ward was saying, it's important to men as well. I don't know why women feel as though we don't have emotions and we don't have feelings and we don't want to be shown appreciation and intimacy and romance. And like, it's not just the man's job to provide those things in a relationship. It should be the responsibility of both parties to make sure that the other person feels all of those emotions. And I think a lot of times as men, we're burdened with that responsibility where it's like, we're the ones who have to provide all of that. Just like somebody else was saying, it's like they expect us to come to the room, dig hard, but it's like, well, man, I like to be kissed on too. You know, I like, you know, as Bernie Mac said, I like my little special attention too. So it's like, and 9 times out of 10, I really, even though y'all said communication is key, it's like after a while, you should know a person enough to where I shouldn't have to physically say,
you shouldn't have to say
suck my dick.
Right.
You know, it should be something where I don't know if I necessarily feel comfortable, not necessarily comfortable. I don't know if I should have to ask you. It's like, it should be one of those things that, you know, just organically, you just know, right? Hey, you know what? This is what I want to do because I know it pleases you. I know you enjoy it, and I want to do something to please you because you're my man. You know what I'm saying? So I think I would like for women to look at it that way, where I shouldn't say, babe, you know, you want to go ahead and give me a look. Like, I just want you to just do the shit, you know?
That's
without having me, you know, without me having to ask.
And that's why you the smart twin and he the dumb twin, your brother.
He's definitely the dumb twin.
Men are visual. So whatever ladies and women are listening to this or watching this right now, get those nudes ready and shoot that brother some nudes. Men like that. I'm just letting you know that. Regardless of how you feel about your body, if that man loves you, he loves your body.
And I'm gonna transition this way. You said men are visual. You know, we got Instagram, we got Twitter. You know, people saying what they like and what they don't like on all these social media sites, and then you see the couple pictures popping up. People want to take vacations, and everything is surprisingly good on social media with these couples. But are things really good? And my question is, how has social media influenced the dating culture nowadays? Has it negatively influenced the dating culture? Has it positively influenced the dating culture? Mike and Rob, I'm gonna let y'all say something real quick. I'm gonna switch y'all out with K-Law and Dean. Horrible. Switch it out.
Go ahead, Rob.
Real quick point.
All right. So everybody's gonna blame social media about what it's done to dating culture. I will disagree with that. Everybody's gonna say, well, social media this, social media that. I disagree. What social media has done is just illuminated the issues and the cracks that you have in your relationship. It hadn't caused any relationship to break up. It hadn't caused anything to happen. All social media does is gives you wider access to more people. But even those more people that you have access to shouldn't have effect on your relationship. So I'm going to call BS on that.
Fair point. So Mike, what you got?
I'm not a fan of it. Personally, I don't like living my relationship through the eyes of social media. And I think some people just take it to the extreme. Everything that they do with their mate is broadcast for the world to see. Now, there are certain occasions and situations where I want to make sure that the world knows what my woman does for me or what I do for my woman, something like that. But half the time, man, people living a lie on social media. I'm not even going to front. I know several people, and obviously, we can throw names and nothing like that out there. Right. But on social media, they so in love. They so in love. Behind closed doors, it's fake, man. It's fake. So why put the fake shit out there? If you want to put something on social media, put the truth out there. Then if that's the case. But I don't even like it when they do all that arguing and stuff on social media either. Though. That's just kind of
at all, man.
It's all bad. Social media and relationships do not mix. To me, they do not mix.
So I appreciate y'all guys coming in for the show. We might can switch y'all back in. We're gonna see how everything go. Talk to y'all later. All right, Smart Twin. So I got my boy K-Law and Dean in this thing. Quick introduction. Then
you got to fix your mic, player.
How y'all doing? Can you hear me?
We can't see you, but we can hear you.
We hear you.
Oh, you can't see me. Hold on.
No, your light overhead.
It's cool. Talk to us, Dean. Introduce yourself. Let's talk. Well, go, K-Law.
Anyway, I go by Dean. That's all they need to know. I'm here. This is my first time, so I'm a virgin to this. I'm ready for the gossip, guys. Well, as we call it, venting.
All right, K-Law.
K-Law coming in from out the Mississippi Delta. How's everyone doing tonight?
We good. So we talk about social media and the dating culture. Has social media have a negative impact on the dating culture? What we see, how we date, what we expect in relationships? Because social media show all the good, like Mike was saying, but it rarely shows those bad moments or those issues until they just boil over. So, Kayla, I'm gonna start with you. Has social media had a negative impact on how we date in 2020 in this new generation?
I wouldn't say that it has a negative connotation on how we do things. I would say that it has affected the person, not per se the relationship. Mm-hmm. And the reason I say that is because, like Mike said, folks putting out the best lives out here, but they sleeping on dirty mattresses when they go back home. Mm-hmm. So, at the end of the day, and yeah, shout out to the trap mattress. I came out. But anyway, as I was saying, a lot of times we put things out there on social media for attention purposes. And when you're fighting for attention, sometimes you go outside of your own relationship for that attention, and that's where social media comes in. It's not that it has a positive nor negative effect on your relationship. It's the fact that it has that effect on you personally. So you have to either A, understand that your relationship is private and that you're going to do what you need to do in your relationship, or B, you're going to search for attention wherever you can find it, and that's where social media can be either A, positive, or B, negative.
Gotcha. Dean, talk to me. What do you think?
The way I feel about social media, man, listen, I guess as a man, a woman put all their business, or they put everything out on social media where you don't have to think about what's there to see from their lady as far as their body wise. You want something, to I guess put your imagination to be like, oh, I wonder what she looked like if she didn't have this on or whatever. They put all that out on social media. They have naked out here all the time, showing what they got. That kind of makes me not that interested in you as far as, okay, maybe I can have a long-term relationship. That's the negative that I see on social media. But what's being put out there so much, man. I just too much being put out there. Because I feel like you want me exposing myself all the time, being half naked on social media. She was like, I'll probably just smash them and keep it moving. Because honestly, that's the way I think about women that put their whole entire life and bodies on social media.
And with that being said, I'm gonna go to these comments. Annika said, "Leave it to the imagination." So did Miss Marie. LaQuinta said, "Do you think women would still post the videos or pics if men weren't liking them?" That's a good question. So I'm gonna go to my boy Corey right here. Do you think that women should leave something to the imagination on social media, on Instagram? And do men play a part in why they put the pictures on there that they do put?
Man, yeah, men play a part to it. Like, shit, these women posting basic pictures on their OnlyFans and they making $10,000 a month. So somebody paying that shit. So of course, men contribute to how the woman reacts. It's like, and vice versa. It's like if men, because I never pay for that shit, but if men didn't pay for those OnlyFans pages, they wouldn't exist. So if men didn't continue to be thirsting and liking all these Instagram pictures, women wouldn't post them. So that's that. But as far as as far as the social media culture, has it have a negative impact on dating? I think that's a two-part question. Like I don't believe that a social media can end your relationship. If social media ends a relationship, it wasn't supposed to be a relationship in the first place. Like you blaming a frat and your friends that your marriage is in turmoil, that's complete bullshit. Secondly, I feel like it do glamorize basic things as far as a relationship. Like I feel like if somebody see a picture of a woman cooking a grilled cheese and a cup of soup and shit, people sharing that shit talking about goals and shit. That shouldn't be no fucking goals. That's just a quick meal.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a two-part question. So I do believe that social media has glamorized certain stuff that shouldn't be glamorized.
Yeah, but you see it with the Sierra and Russell Wilson marriage. How you see women on social media all the time asking what was her prayer and how can I find a relationship like this, and then you see the other relationship with the black woman,
I hate
the white male. I don't know their names, but social media glamorizing them, just glamorizing all these things. But is that really happening in real life? And we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Go ahead, Jay Ward.
I got one more point before Jay Ward starts.
You hit it right there. Go ahead, Corey.
No, go ahead. I ain't gonna cut in your time. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say the same thing Swift said about Russell Wilson and Sierra. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors, and then was Russell Wilson the prayer when he was fresh out of school and nerdy? Was he the prayer when you wanted to be with Future? But anyway, I ain't gonna get into that. I really think that social media is gonna always make people look happier than what they are, or more successful than what they are. And it is a lot of pressure, but I'm gonna look at it like this. I'm gonna just be real. Let's just say I was with someone, and when I got with her, she always showed off her body. I'm going to expect her to do the same thing, even if we're in a relationship, because I know we're together. So I don't care about other people looking at you. People should look at your ass because you're fine. Like, Lord knows, that's why I don't have no six pack, because I would never have a shirt on, because I always have my shirt off if I was built like that. So I mean,
right.
I don't really care about somebody showing off what they look like on social media, because I don't own anyone's body other than my own. So if you don't want your woman doing that, then don't be with that woman. And then of course men look. And that's women know that men look, and men post thirst traps as well, when they can. So I think that it works both ways. I'm for privacy, and I don't really like a lot of people in my business, whether it's my family or friends or whatever. So I don't really include a lot of people in my relationships. So I'm definitely not going to include social media in my relationships. If this something gets posted or I'm tagged in something, I'm not going to be like, oh shit, take this down. I did when I was in the streets, but But now I ain't gonna be like, oh shit, take this shit down. But as far as when you're in a committed relationship with someone and something makes it to social media, cool. I'm not gonna restrict anything on social media, but I'm also not gonna broadcast anything.
That's a good point. But so if I'm understanding you correctly, if you got with a chick who was showing her body off on Instagram before y'all got together, you had absolutely no issue with her showing her body off while y'all are together, because that's your.
I'm gonna hold the camera.
Say it again.
I'm gonna hold the camera, because if that's what
Jay.
attracted me to you in the
Gotcha.
first place,
Jay.
I'm gonna be right there holding the camera. I'm gonna be right up under the ass cheek with my phone, because I mean, if that's what attracted me to you in the first place. It's just like if you get with a woman who goes to the club all the time.
Mhm.
6 months down the line, you can't say, well, why the fuck you going to the club all the time? When y'all met at the club, you can't change somebody from doing what it is that they supposed to do.
Talk to me, Crow. I saw you ready to jump in.
Yeah, well, you know, Jay Wood, I taught you that now. You know, I taught you that when I taught you that now. So I let you have that one. But I'm gonna go a different route when it comes to this social media and dating culture. Nobody spoke about how easy it is for people to jump in DMs. I'm not a social media, I don't have the Instagram and all that, but I hear a lot of people make it easy for men and women to, man, I hear people language all the time. He jumped in my DM, she jumped in my DM, and next thing you know, it was Netflix and chill, or, you know, it was this, that, and the other. So if men and women are making it easy for people to fall in their DMs and taking the face-to-face out of it, or, you know, the dating system out of it per se, you lost right there and then, because you're allowing someone just you liked all their pictures because you seen them stun out on saying that they were here, they got these bags, they was at these clubs and things of that nature, and that really takes away from the true art and the true essence of dating. So social media has damaged it in that way. Now putting your business out there, that's all on you. You know, that's you being emotional and things of that nature. But as far as being easy and let somebody slide in your DMs and next thing you know, you going, hey, that's you making that culture happen.
Got you. We're gonna slide to a few comments. Devin said, was Russell Wilson the prayer when he was with the white woman? Mm-hmm. Yo-Yo says social media can have folks looking at things and wondering, but not knowing the labor. Folks should be careful who they gave their admiration to. That's a good point. People just don't start jumping in a relationship and start stunning on social media. There is some time that's built into that. That's a good point. Mike says social media exposes people insecurities in their relationships and in themselves. Good point, Jay Kelly. Exactly. Money right, in which many cases, like these niggas said, I don't what? Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Shamilia, imagine how many people phone these chicks pics are saved in. Oh, that's a good point too.
Hey, they somebody mom, hey, they kid gonna be growing up one day, and next thing you know, they're gonna be 15, and somebody gonna look at your mama back from 2005.
Right. Rosalind Hunter, I'm making it easy for people to fall into my DM. Sound like the lack of accountability for your own actions. What y'all think about that? If I'm making
repeat the question,
you know, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I don't think that it's a lack of accountability for your own actions. I think it shows the disrespect of others for your relationship. That's just like if you at the club and you see a woman and she says, I'm in a relationship, and you turn around and say, well, are you happy? She told you she in a relationship. Respect the fact that she in a relationship and move on.
Fair point.
So, you know,
okay.
DMs can show the disrespect of others, but it can also show the insecurities of you, and it can also show your thirst at the same time.
But you don't have to respond to those DMs either. You could just say a thank you and keep it pushing.
You ain't even got to say thank you, but I mean at the same time.
You ain't even got to say thank you.
Right. So, you know.
Like Dean said, it's about taming. As far as a man's tame it.
Go ahead, Dean. I see you ready to chime in.
Just like Corey said, hey, you got to tame and refrain, man. She does not have to answer that DM, but by her replying to the DM, that letting the man know, hey, there's a possibility. It's a possibility, hey, that I can get with this young lady, and that let us know, hey, she might not be happy where she is, or she's trying to still see what else is out there. Hey, the door's open. It's open. She just opened the door when she answered. She replied to that text. To that DM. Hey, go for it.
And speaking of social media, I'm about to switch the topic though, because we coming up on time. Social media exploded the past week, and I'm gonna make a switch real quick. But social media exploded the past week, where this guy who just graduated from law school at Southern posted a status on Instagram. I'm just gonna read it. I ain't gonna say what he did or didn't do. But he was like, now that I'm a JD, I've entered a new arena of black men, and in this arena, I'm the prize now. Don't just take my word for it though. And before you kill me in the comments, let's drop some stats. And basically, he dropped stats about how men are either incarcerated or don't have degrees, or there's a small statistics of men where they are viable for black women who are successful. Basically, what he's saying, and that now that he's reached this arena where he has this JD, he's reached to where he's now the prize for women, and he received a lot of backlash. Let me read this last paragraph. Additionally, black women want their mate to be attractive, have some form of edge, style, to be exciting, and to not be a lame. But everyone doesn't have these so-called X factors, which lowers the number of viable black men even lower. So with me gaining access to this very small percentage of black men that are young, single and attractive, and a heterosexual with no criminal record and no baby mama drama, the majority of black women are now competing against each other for, and I guess he's alluding to himself. So basically he's saying he's now the prize for black women and that they should be competing for him. And he kind of put down black men while making this statement. So I'm gonna let K-Law and T go real quick. K-Law and Dean go real quick. We're gonna switch it out and let Rob and T get back in this thing. What do y'all think about that statement? Did y'all see it on social media? And what are y'all thoughts about that?
I saw the statement. You can say what you want to say. He had a point, but at the same time, it makes no difference if he's not out there looking. And at the end of the day, that woman don't know you got 2 degrees and you before you were 40 or 30 or however old you are.
Mm-hmm.
She don't know how many degrees you got. All she sees at that point, until she gets to know you, is you were a nice face, you came, you presented yourself well. But if you walk up to a woman and you talking about, hey, you should be rooting for me. I got 2 degrees. Your point? Who the hell are you? You know, I mean, let's just be real with ourselves here. Them degrees ain't gonna get you no woman.
Fair point. Dean, what you got?
Well, K-Law, you saying that the degrees won't get him a woman. Let me, might not want to get him the kind of woman that he want. We all know his women.
Elaborate.
Chasing.
Real quick, Dean, what you mean by that?
You see what I'm saying? They chasing for their clout. So that's all the kind of men they look for, with degrees, nice cars, spending money all the time, and just showboating all the time. There's a lot of women out there, bro. So, you know, I feel he states that he's saying that he's the prize. Okay, I think we should think that way, but I don't think we should announce it like that. I mean, if you a prize, you know you're a prize. You ain't got to go out here and flaunt it. You know, walking up to a chick saying, hey, bitch, I got money. What's up? Don't laugh at that, Corey. But yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But
I don't know, man.
Dean, I gotta disagree with. I think we're gonna agree to disagree on this one.
Got to switch you out, K-Law and Dean.
Yeah, I understand. I think we're just gonna agree to disagree on this one, Dean.
Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments.
Now,
That's all.
YouTube comments.
We're gonna bring Rob and T back in this thing.
Let me jump in.
I know Rob saw it. Rob like
Let me
the king in this thing. Rob, what you think about his post? Was it too aggressive? Like, was he really downplaying black men to a point to where it was like all the way negative or arrogant, or was he speaking facts? Was he saying the truth? What do you think?
So I want to complete this whole thing or round it out. So the reason why he got slandered was not wholly off what he said, but because he failed the bar exam. And so that's what kind of rounded out this whole situation. So I went back and read his whole post.
Mm-hmm.
And it's this thing on social media where people don't really read to comprehend. They read to be offended or to argue. And it's usually a lot of women, because women's voices on social media, especially on Twitter and Facebook, are louder than men's, because a lot of men don't talk. We don't like to talk on social media. So the biggest voices you hear are going to be women on social media, and they tore this dude apart, and they're still tearing him apart. Personally, for me, I strive to be the best. I strive to excel. I strive to do this. I strive to do that. So his post to me didn't bother me at all. Now, the reason why I believe a lot of people had issues with his post is because most women aren't accustomed to men, especially black men, being arrogant in what they've achieved and what they do. They're just not accustomed to it. They're not accustomed to black men talking their smack about who they are, what they do, etc.
Yeah.
But my position is, just like Dean said before, or K-Law said before, I don't like to announce what I'm doing. I'll make a post or two as far as what I did, and then everyone who knows me will know what I do by the fruit of my works. And so I don't have to show the world or brag to the world that I'm this and that I'm that, because my works will show for me. And so I think in that case, that's why he was slandered. But I think the main thing was most women don't like seeing a black man being arrogant and basically talking his stuff on social media. It's just not, it's something that people aren't used to. And if he was going to do that, he needed to pass the bar exam, because they found that one sliver of weakness,
Right.
the chink in his armor, and they just destroyed him. And so that was the
They
issue.
stung his ass.
If he would have passed the bar exam, it wouldn't have even been an issue, because he would have backed up what he was talking about. But as soon as he didn't pass that bar exam, they ate him up. It was no.
Go ahead, CJB. I see you shaking your head.
Man, they stung his ass. We had that Odell cut and everything. But like Rob said, I don't loudly post my accolades and accomplishments because, you know, I'm a fairly private person. I feel like there's nothing wrong with celebrating yourself, celebrating your accomplishments, and considering yourself a prize. But what my problem is he basically took a milestone in his life, law school graduation, and talked about dating. Like, what? That's your law school graduation, and you're talking about dating. What he said was debatable. I'm not talking about no dating when I get this CPA license. I don't give a fuck about dating. I got a fucking CPA license. And it's like, I feel like it was lame and corny because it's like, I don't care what anybody say. He probably said that women probably won't look down on men who don't have multiple degrees. That's not true. I come from a family of blue collar men, and they never had a problem getting a woman. So I feel like he basically belittled other black men and celebrate himself in the eyes of a woman. Secondly, it's like he was shitting on his potential clientele. Like, motherfucker, you an attorney. You shitting on men who got child support issues. You shitting on men who are possibly gay. That's discrimination lawsuits. And you are shitting on men who got felonies. See, that's a drug case that you can get money out of. Possibly if he in that field. But basically, he basically, I feel like he basically belittling other men, black men, to lift himself up in the eyes of a woman.
About that. Is he belittling black men, or is he saying these are the type of men that black women are not attracted to, and I've reached this threshold, so now I have a better chance of dating a woman that I feel is of my caliber?
He putting himself on the pedals. Oh, go ahead, T.
Now that's how I took it, man. Like, I don't see why all these people are mad at what he said, and it looks like he was actually bigging up black women to me. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he's saying that, hey, black women got their shit together. I got my stuff together now, because they don't like gay guys. They don't like people with felonies. They don't like people with all these baby mamas. And I'm sitting back like, hey, you know what? That nigga right, bro. He's in a different category now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, did he go about it the right way? Maybe not. You know what I'm saying? But I think that it actually makes black women look good by what he's saying. Like, okay, man, you know, they really stepped their game up. Black women are the most educated group of people in this country. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, black men have to step up. So, I mean, like y'all said, man, he was kind of arrogant about it, but what he said wasn't wrong, bro, at all.
Yeah, because if you think back on it, I remember black women and women in general sharing this meme where this woman was on top of this pedestal. This black man was at the bottom saying, hey, I can't reach, or throw me a ladder, something like that. And she said, okay, bye. And everybody I know shared that meme. Crow, talk to me. Do you how you feel about this?
How do I feel about this? It's a, you know, it has its positive and its negative to it. On one end, you see a black male doing something besides being portrayed negative in the media. He's showing off his accomplishments that you can make it if if you try hard, if you fight hard. Then at the second time, like Corey said, you are taking shots when you're supposed to be uplifting your accomplishments, your goals. I'm not the one to do, social media for one. So to me, the whole shit was just, whack any damn way. Those who around me celebrate my accomplishment. Those who I know, they gonna know I did something big. You know what I'm saying? I ain't dropping nothing on social media. That's just me. So every man do their thing, but I'm like Corey. It was lame. Like, and that's just my thing. But a big up for showing a positive role of what black men could do, but just leave some of the bullshit up out of it.
Fair point. And I'm gonna go to a few comments before we go to Jay Ward and we wrapped it up. Wasn't attacked, he was arrogant, but he wasn't lying in his perception of what he views as his reality. Michael Braxton said the dude was pissed off because he couldn't get the draws and he thought the JD was gonna get him laid, hurt, and feeling. Let me keep going down. Karen said he is the nicest person on this planet. I believe him. Kevin said being accomplished doesn't make you better. It should be in your essence. Like to watch said women have a tendency to take sniper shots at me, and my sisters do it all the time. You said it, I didn't. Karen, I mean, but to bring it right back, the bar passage rate for black schools in general, black law schools, is low all around the period. So that really didn't surprise me to pass the bar, but he has another chance to do that, so that's not really an issue. Jay Ward, wrap us up. What do you think, man? I think you can take notes all night like you about to take a test or something. Talk to me.
That's just how I operate, man.
Jay Ward, hell.
I just want to say too, being on social media, I actually see a lot of women say, "Chase me, I'm the bag." I've seen this comment many a times, and it's like, now he's saying, "I too am the bag. You should be chasing me." I think, like, a lot of people say, what he said was flawed. Even his thought was kind of flawed, and how he said it was flawed. But the premise of what he's saying, there is some validity behind that. Because this is just how life is. Those people who have more require more. If you look at, an athlete or a celebrity or whatever, and you see their significant other, that person is going to match them physically and financially most of the time. And if not financially, they're definitely going to match them physically. They're going to be a beautiful specimen because, hey, I don't have to talk to average people. I can talk to the best of the best, especially physically, which just because you look better physically doesn't make you better physically. I think that, you should let yourself speak for itself. You don't have to, if you're strong, you don't have to tell everybody, hey, look how strong I am. People will see it. You don't have to really just broadcast those things. Another point I want to make, and I wrote this down, women have standards too, and they verbalize them all the time. So he's basically trying to say, I am the standard, or at least I think I'm the standard that you talk about all the time. So here I am. So, I see the post right there.
Yep,
so it's like a lot of times, women, they have these standards. He can't have baby mamas. He can't have no prior record and things like that. And so what that man is saying, like all the things that you say, all those deal breakers, I am that. But I think he should be able to show that as opposed to telling it. He kind of seems like the type of man that'll pay a woman to have sex with him. Like, look, I got a Ferrari. You should get a Ferrari. So he kind of reminds me of that. Like, he's a fans only type person. I can tell that he would probably pay for it. To go biblical real quick, not to go deep into it. The Bible specifically speaks about being unequally yoked. I'm gonna leave that there. So he's trying to basically say, I don't want a woman that doesn't measure up to my standards because I met these standards. I'm gonna leave it there. But the last thing I'm gonna end with was think back to Baby Boy. A lot of people said, why would Yvette be with somebody like Jody? Ain't got no solid job, no car. He driving around her car every day. So why would a brother who he hasn't made the money yet, but he has unlimited earning potential, why would he be with someone that does not meet his standards, that's not educated and all that? I know he didn't specifically address that, but for him to shit on brothers who, and I won't say he shit on brothers, but to kind of degrade brothers who don't have the degrees and things like he have. My brother's a diesel mechanic. He earns 3 times more than what I make. My other cousin is a welder. He earns, 5 or 6 times more money than I do with no student loans. So, you basically all a degree, and that person has all sorts of debt usually and things like that. So, I think, that's just one of the misconceptions in our country is that you need to go to a 4-year university to earn a lot of money. And that's bullshit, because a lot of people with trades or just on the job training and experience, they have way more earning potential than a person with a 4-year degree a lot of times. So I think he was a bit misguided, and he was just feeling himself, and he made a post, and he got 8 for it, and I think that he should have got 8 for it.
Yeah, that's a good point. We can talk about that another day about how we have put a degree or degrees on this pedestal and accumulated all these student loans when really we have a job to get us out of these student loan debt. Like what's going on right now, the lot of work, but they still got to pay off their debt. But that's another topic. I think what it really boils down to is let your actions speak for itself. If you feel like you should date at this level, then you really don't have to broadcast it. Just make that decision to date at that level. But I'm gonna say this: I don't know if he was really talking down and just stating statistics, but he was saying this is what Black women have portrayed to say that this is what they want to date, and I've reached this threshold. That's the way I took it. But we're gonna move on from there. And on our last topic, and this is a good one because it kind of stays on the social media topic too, about how women want to live this judgment-free life, how they have the OnlyFans, how they post all these pictures on vacation, and portraying themselves a certain way, and they come back and say they can't find a good man. So, what do you think about that? Women living this judgment-free life, doing what they want to do, doing it with who they want to do it with, and living this judgment-free life, making their decisions how they want to make them, but then coming back and complaining about, well, I can't find a good man. I'm gonna find me a man when I'm 40. I'm gonna be that rich auntie and pay off all my brother or sister's kids, going to school, so on and so forth. What y'all think about that?
Bro, check it out. I follow this one IG model, bro. 1 week, she's saying she wants a relationship. Then the next week, she's saying, I can't find a good man. And then the next week, she trying to sell something. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. So,
say, what?
She's trying to sell something, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I have to tell like the good girls all the time, do not let these girls fool you. Half of them are insecure. Half of them don't really even have nothing to their name, bro. It just look good on the ground. I know this personally. Listen, bro, personally, bro. So it's just like, hey, at the end of the day, all that is a facade, like somebody said in the comment earlier, man. In the end, men, we are territorial. Means that he don't have enough money to make you stop. That's real. For real. Because if I'm dating the baddest stripper in the world, like Malaya or somebody, I'm gonna give her the money. Hey, baby, you out the club. You all me now. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing for Instagram and all these thirst traps. And like, bro, it might look good, but real men do not like that. We gonna like it. We're gonna double tap on it, but we're not gonna take it home to mama. That's honest, bro.
Crow, talk to me. What do you mean by that? Real men not bringing? Going to that with for me. What does that mean?
It's a certain level of respect for yourself as a lady. We definitely don't want you on the OnlyFans busting it open for the world to see.
Who is we?
Huh?
Who is we?
Men. We like the entertainment of it, but I don't. I'm gonna just say, because I've never watched the OnlyFans, but I definitely hear about it. I know it's entertainment for the men who pay for it, but at the end of the day, if they meet that woman, yeah, they'll go on a quick date with her. Yeah, if they allow that man to have sex with them, yeah, that man gonna have sex with her. But once it's all said and done, about that 6 months, 7 months in, that man gonna probably let her go to the side, because at the end of the day, everybody got downloads of your woman doing whatever she was doing on that OnlyFans or whatever IG, like they said, that's saved forever. That's out there on the internet. So at your wedding, somebody could pop up with a big poster of you, spread it. You know what I'm saying? Busting that thing wide open just to be an a-hole about the situation.
So,
And that's forever out there.
So did y'all have to make lifestyle changes to find a partner that you wanted to find? And you expect your partner to do the same? I see you nodding, Rob. Hold on, Rob. I see Rob nodding. Go ahead, Rob.
So social media has socially engineered men to not feel like they can say anything about their lady being naked on the internet.
Go a little bit deeper. How to?
Straight up. So, like I said, been on Twitter for a minute, 2009, been on Facebook, etc. And so whenever a woman is posting and she has a man, people are automatically wondering, your man's cool with that? If he's not cool with it, he's gonna get berated and beat upside the head with tweets and retweets about he should be secure enough to have his lady online being naked. I call BS on that, because you can't tell me what I should be secure about. You can't. And no social media hustle or no social media pressure is going to make me change my mind. But social media has socially engineered a lot of men to say, yeah, I'm cool with this. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with this one, because they don't want to hear the backlash. You got to unplug social media and you got to go back to what you see as your core value and what you want your lady to do and what your lady wants you to do, because it's a two-way street. Because I'm pretty sure your lady would want you online, with tallywhacker swinging, all this other. If she does, that's her thing. But you cannot let social media socially engineer you or bully you into going off your morals of what you see or what you want from your mate. And that's what I see happening a lot. And so men got to be mentally tough and strong to be able to say, no, that's BS, and call BS and call it a day.
What you got for me, Tail, Corey? What you got for me? Did you have to make lifestyle changes, or if you did, or you were in a lifestyle, would you have made lifestyle changes to where you are now to find your partner? Do you think that they should have made those lifestyle changes too to be with you?
I think you have to make lifestyle changes for what you desire in a mate. If you feel like, you like the whole strip club or being out and about scene, then you'll want somebody that does the same thing, because if not, y'all not going to work out, because if she a homebody and you want to get out, y'all not going to work out. But I feel like in order for me, I had to let some things go. I had to stop being active and flirtatious everywhere to find what I wanted. That's just out of respect for my partner. So you do have to make lifestyle changes if you desire everlasting relationship. That's just how it is. There's gonna be some things your partner don't like. And if you really respect your partner, you shouldn't have a problem not doing what it is they don't like, especially if it's a valid point. Like Rob said, it's like ain't too many men gonna be cool with their woman posting half naked pictures on social media all the time. Now, going back to something Jay Ward said, if I met you in a strip club, I can't make you change your behavior. That's why I met you with. So keep that in mind. But if I didn't meet you in no strip club and I met you on the street or in the grocery store, I expect you to show me the same respect that I'm giving you. So long as we have that respect established, it shouldn't be a problem to make certain life changes. Like, if I saw a picture on social media back when I was single, I shot my shot, shoot or shoot. So I was selective on how I shot, but I still shot. But now that I'm engaged, I don't do that anymore, because they'll be disrespectful to my fiance. So it's ultimately all about respect.
So it boils down to respect for Corey. Jay Ward, I see you taking notes again. I'm gonna give you Jay Ward, then I'm gonna bring in Mike G and Dean so we can close it out.
Ready.
Find comments in. Go ahead, Jay Ward.
So I think it comes down to me, you know, would you want your mate to change or your significant other to change who they are? And you know, what about people who can't hide their physical attributes? You know, I'm thinking about two people. One is my line brother, and another one is another gentleman I know. You know, when you have somebody who's super muscular and they work in the corporate America and they have to wear their shirt and ties and tight fitting slacks and things like that, they can't hide what they have. And they may not be broadcasting it on social media, but women are going to be attracted to them. Are you going to ask them to wear a shirt 2 sizes too big or pants 2 sizes too big just so you can have peace of mind? And I don't think that that's fair. You know, and I think a lot of times with the woman, when they go to the club or they're always posting on Instagram, in a man's mind, I see somebody talking about gray sweatpants, and I'm not going to even say.
Hey, the gray sweatpants got to stay, man. They stand. Sorry.
But you know, just because a woman dresses a certain way, it doesn't, or goes to the club a lot, it doesn't mean that they are looking for something. Why can't they just, you know, love who they are as a person, and they don't mind showing who they are as a person, and they love themselves, which is why they wear what they wear. They're not doing it to, you know, attract men. So don't give yourselves too much credit. Sometimes a woman is love themselves and they just want to show off and they want to be comfortable and they just want to live free. So I think that a lot of times.
Let me jump in and ask you this question. Corey said it comes down to respect, and we talking about gray sweatpants and how we don't want to get rid of them. But if your partner said, I don't feel comfortable with you wearing gray sweatpants outside of the house, would you not wear gray sweatpants outside of the house?
I mean, I ain't wearing gray sweatpants outside of the house no way though. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how I'm rocking. I already know how my
even if you got to run to Walmart real quick, you ain't putting on a gray sweatpants,
bro. Because like they said earlier, it's just a respect thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? You in a relationship, you gotta act like you in a relationship. You gotta carry yourself like you in a relationship. So you know, now I'm not gonna wear the gray sweatpants if she got a problem with it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm running out in the short.
So
summer coming up, baby.
Let me put this out there real quick. You know, some of us are entertainers. I'm an actor. And when you have like a Denzel, you know, Denzel makes money, and you know, Crow, I know you're an actor as well. T, you're in entertainment. Crow, you know, Denzel makes money off how he looks. And so would you say, hey, I don't want you to make as much money now because I want you to dress, you know, as modest as possible, you know? And I feel like that's some shit right there that we just can't control what the person wears. And you know, if you married to Janet Jackson, you know how she makes her money. If you get with Janet Jackson, you get with Rihanna, you know how those people make their money.
Let me bring this back because we talking about social media and living a judgment-free life and doing what you want to do. And men and complaining about not finding a good man. Like you talking about gray sweatpants. If you wearing gray sweatpants outside all day, every day, showing your print, and you can't find a good woman because they're only attracted to what they see, can you really complain about not finding a good woman?
Nope. Accountability. That's lacking in our society today. Accountability. I see it every day, every single day. It's everybody else's fault except for the person that you're looking in the mirror at. Period. It's all about accountability.
So
you're grown, man.
Answer that for me, Jay Ward. Can you really complain if you making a decision every day and you know this is what attracting a certain type of person? Can you really complain about finding somebody or not finding someone that meets your standards?
No, I don't think you can, but I think you also have to understand that, you know, what am I looking for? And if you know that, put it like this, if you know that the love and having the love of this person means more to you than your respect, as far as, you know, you can make a conscious decision to not wear a sundress or gray jogging pants or whatever. If you know that your relationship with that person is more important than you wearing those damn jogging pants for the day, then change it. But I wouldn't make a change specifically for someone. I just don't agree with that. I don't police anyone else's body. Who am I to tell you what you can wear and what you shouldn't wear? Or like, oh, you should wear heels more because I like it. Well, damn, my back hurting. So, you know, why I got to do something that benefits you? So it is a respect thing, and you just have to know who you with as a person and what you're looking for as a person. But I just don't believe in changing, you know, something that brings you joy I don't think you should change that on account of someone else's insecurities.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up because we hitting 1 minute, 1 hour and 20. T, talk to me. Final points. What you got to say?
I mean, I think the bros hit on everything that we need to hit on that topic. Come back down to respect, communication. Jay Ward said, about careers. I don't think that you can stop somebody from how they make their money. But if it's any other type of situation, then it definitely is a respect level, bro. I demand respect. She should demand respect from me.
Got you. Rob, what you got to say? Last point. Then we're gonna close it out.
It's all about accountability. I see so many people, grown-ups, blaming other people for what they can and cannot get. It's all about accountability. Going back to Jay Ward's point, if what you're wearing does not jive with the person that you're with, self-esteem, that's probably not the person you need to be with.
Fair point. And I'm gonna take y'all two out so we can get Mike G and Dean final points. Anything else y'all want to say, T and Rob, real quick?
How you gonna get me out, bro?
I'm trying to get everybody in.
I just got back.
Hey, they against 04, man. They're against 04.
They throw out a Jay Ward or somebody. Jay Ward. TJB, final point on this one.
Go ahead. You can swap me out.
Well, your final point.
Nah, he said what he had to say, bro.
We'll see you next time.
Swap me out.
All right.
That boy on fire, man.
Right.
Whoa.
Bro, final point.
For just wrapping it up.
And I couldn't hear.
Breaking back down to communication once again. That goes across the board for just being intimate with your mate, whether it's emotional, spiritual, mentally. We touched on social media and relationships. Keep your business off social media. Work on it as a couple together, go to counseling, things of that nature. Let me see. And just love yourself. Basically, if you whatever your hustle is, whatever you're doing, if you're loving yourself, then you'll be able to go far with whatever you're doing.
Corey, what you got?
Just 3 words. Communication, effective communication, respect, and accountability. I expect you to respect me. I'm going to respect you. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to communicate to you my needs, what I don't like, what I do like. I want you to do the same, and I'm going to hold you accountable. And I expect you to do the same for me as well.
Then what you got for me?
Listen, guys, I missed the whole segment because I could not hear. I don't know what's going on.
Tighten up, Dean.
Tighten up, Dean.
Fine, bro. I'm trying.
So
You got that Teddy Riley.
What you got to say overall? What you got to vent about overall?
I'm sorry, man, but I'm gonna piggyback off what Corey said. Communication. That's all I got because I ain't really hear what's going on, man.
What you got, Mike?
Hey, it was a great session tonight. A lot of really good topics. I think all the fellas pretty much said everything in terms of just effectively communicating and things of that nature. One final point about that lawyer thing was, man, ladies, y'all have got to quit being so vicious on social media. That's my last point.
They bullies, bro. They bullies.
Love us more. Love us more.
And to wrap
Man, you say something about Beyonce, that's your ass.
his name about Beyonce.
Swift, let Mike show the Juice State shirt, man.
Show the Juice
State, baby.
campaign.
Black brother.
Yeah.
Thanks for the support.
But the first topic about the ex reaping the benefits of the come up. If that's somebody you want to stick with, then you stick with them. If you don't want to stick with them, don't stick with them. Number 2, foreplay. Be vocal, men and women. Be vocal about what it is you want and what you don't want. It's a two-way street. We both need to be pleased. Number 3, has social media negatively impacted the dating culture? Do what's best for you. That's all I can say. Do what's best for you and do what works for you. About the lawyer topic, hey, if you see yourself on the pedestal as a man, then be on that pedestal. Let your actions speak. You don't have to put down everybody else. But I don't think there's anything wrong with knowing where you stand in society and knowing that what you want to date is where it needs to be as far as y'all been on the same level. And number 4, complaining about finding a good person, but you putting yourself out there. Hey, got to make those lifestyle changes and put yourself out there in a way that where you attract what you want to want. pretty much self-explanatory. And with that, guys, this is our 5th episode. We going strong. We will be back next week, same time, same place. I hope to see everybody there next week. Leave your comments. You can leave comments after the stream. Make sure you visit Hustle Hard Campaign and purchase a shirt or anything. And if y'all want to add us as friends, that's fine. We appreciate y'all coming out tonight, and we look forward to seeing y'all next week.
Much love, everybody. Thank you.
Love.
Be easy.